got obviously the level of struggle that your offense has had so far. I mean, as the season goes on, I think you've probably been asked this already at some point this year, but how do you just sort of keep the whole group together and keep faith that, that side of the ball is going to come around and it can lead to wins at some point here over the last 8 games?
Yeah. I mean, the biggest thing for us is just staying focused on what we can do, how we can perfect our craft. And, even from this game, we played pretty good on defense, but there still are things to fix. And, try to be perfectionists to find those things. And they got Russell Wilson. They got a bunch of other, gamers on the other side. You got Cortland, you got Jerry, you got all these other guys that can play ball and play ball at a high level. So I'm sure they're going to come along sometime. And, whenever they do, we're going to be excited. And we're just going to keep on playing like we are on defense.
Go for it, George.
Yeah, Josey, you guys have had quite a few guys step up at that outside linebacker spot. What's maybe impressed you about some of those young guys like Nick Benito? I know Barron's been hurt, but him, Jacob Martin, Jonathan Cooper. Yeah,
showing some consistency, which is great out of those young guys to be able to come in, to be able to play, I don't know how many plays they got each, but, 30, 40 plays and show consistency throughout that many plays, especially for your first couple of games or your first start, maybe, is pretty good. So, yeah, it's great seeing those guys step up and fun to watch them, get into their own and see what they got. And very excited for the guys to come back, that are hurt, Gregory and those guys. So it should be fun. Barron, can't wait to see him too. So it's going to be fun when they come back. But the guys that are stepping in right now are doing a great job.
Go for it, Zach.
Josey, you talk about how there's many different, or there's things that you can perfect on the defensive side. You guys are the number 1 scoring defense in the NFL. What are those things that you can perfect and be even better in?
Yeah. I mean, we still have some small fit issues every once in a while, whether that be communication or not. Our communication's been pretty great so far. But the fit issues or maybe an adjustment off of a certain coverage that we need to make. So small things like that, that then we can communicate, from the back end to the linebackers or us to them, and then gap integrity stuff and just be able to play our blocks and be able to beat those one-on-ones and, make sure we're always on the advantageous side.
Go for it, Eric.
Yeah, Josey, what's impressed you most about Ejiro and what's his message been to you guys and as the team goes through this tough stretch here?
Yeah, the biggest thing is, he just keeps on saying, keep on plugging away, keep on doing our job. And that's the only thing we can do. We can be excited for them. We can cheer them on, which we do. But the biggest thing is, stay focused on us because we don't want to screw anything up, especially, when they come out and play ball. Just keep on plugging away and doing our job at the best ability. And I really enjoyed him so far. This is probably the most fun I've had. This is the most fun I've had since I've been in the league, playing this type of defense, this amount of control. And it's been fun to play with him and just to hear his insight. Very, very vocal about it. And, he'll say anything. He'll talk about every single small little thing. And there's no miscommunication there. So it's fun to talk to him, and he's an open book on the defense, and a very great teacher.
Go for it, George.
Yeah, Josey, I was just curious about the handlebar mustache that you've got going and what was the story behind that?
Oh, I don't know. It's just Alex and I want to switch things up a little bit, wear those Canadian tuxedos, and BMAC was in on it. BMAC helped me pick out my little outfit. So we just wanted to switch it up a little bit and see what we can do. And, if we keep on playing well, I think we're going to keep them. So we'll see. We'll see how that goes.
It's on you, Parker.
Yeah, Josey, with the work that you guys did against Derrick Henry and with the way that Vegas ran the ball against you the first time around, are there things you can take, whether it's, schematic or just approach, from what you did on Sunday forward, or is it a different style of running game where you sort of have to rework the plan for what Vegas wants to do?
I think the Titans ran a lot of the stuff that Vegas actually does to us just this last game, especially the first time we played them this year. So, there's still some small stuff, the counter O and stuff like that. They love a lot of their gap schemes with the Raiders, with Jacobs. So they also like the lead, and the Titans did run that a couple times. They put their tight end back there as a fullback. So we got to see a couple different things that the Raiders usually enjoyed to do last time, and that we got pretty close to perfecting. So we're just have to go back and look at the film and, see those counter O's, see those different gap schemes that they ran and understand our fits, kind of like I talked about earlier, which is one thing we need to perfect more is our fits, just being perfect on those, whether you be outside leverage as a tight end or inside leverage if you're C gap or your B gap. So they're in a couple of the same things, but still a couple things that Vegas runs that were different.
Anything else for Josey? Going once, going twice. All right, Josey. Appreciate you. Thanks so much for joining us.